On 6 February 2023, the Federation of Disabled Organizations, FEDOMA, organized a CEDAW Shadow Report Development Workshop in ensuring state compliance on international treaty obligations on disability rights, funded by Disability Rights Fund, DRF. The workshop was held in Mulanje.
So our emphasis should be there, suggested template. So what's the first thing we suggest a template?
Short introduction presenting the OPD in brackets, making the submission and the methodology in brackets, consultations, research, etc., close brackets, that resulted in the submission. That is number one.
That's the first thing. So that will not tackle tomorrow because we do not have time. That one is the drafters can easily work on it in consultation with the DOD and FEDOMA. That will be done at that particular time. Number two,
the current status.
The current status. So, nkani yatu hizi ambila maji? Current status. Kuti, based on that particular article, like above they were making reference to Article 7, what's the current status? Is it?
Welcome back to my channel, Lady Martins, and we once again today. Yeah, I've already started in the morning to tell you guys that I'm privileged to attend a review of the, CEDAW, we call it CEDAW, Convention on the Rights, what do we call it?
Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women.
Yes, but we're only looking at reviewing it in terms of girls and women with disabilities.
Sure.
Yes, so we're looking at it if it's real fixing, the challenges that girls and women with disabilities they face, or is it discriminating, I can say like that, to other people, to other women or girls. So we're focusing mostly on girls and women with disabilities. I'm privileged, and I was privileged to meet the executive director of Federation of Disabled Organizations in Malawi, Mr. Simon. Can you just highlight what was happening today and just to give a highlight of what is going to happen? Because I can see the women, they put up their recommendations. Then after this, what is going to happen?
Really, this was a workshop basically to review what was already drafted as a shadow report to the Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. This shadow report, as you rightly said, only focuses on women and girls with disabilities for submission to the United Nations Committee on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women. And in this workshop, we had close to 15, 16 women with disabilities, basically checking as to what the government has done in implementing this particular convention, making sure that women with disabilities and girls with disabilities are not discriminated against. And after the compilation of the whole report, we'll have to share it with our partners, funding partners like Disability Rights Fund, as well as International Disability Alliance, for their inputs. And at the end of the day, with the final document we're going to send it to the UN committee for their action. Basically, it is done to basically balance in terms of the information they have as the UN committee. More especially the fact that the government of Malawi submitted the state budget report on the convention, and the shadow report helps to actually try to triangulate the information that they have received from government, so that whatever kind of recommendations they will give to the government of Malawi should be a true representation of the needs of persons, women and girls in Malawi, more especially women and girls with disabilities.
Okay, actually there are some viewers that are viewing but they don't know what the technologies maybe that we are using in terms of conventions and whatsoever. And the channel is more about installation. What is about, when we say convention, what is it all about?
Basically, the UN system in the advancement of human rights as a universal obligation, come up with particular treaties, particular instruments, which maybe in a domestic sense we would say an act of parliament or various other laws that are there. But because this is now at a global level,
and it's not only Malawi parliament, but it's done.
It's at global level, and most of these instruments are actually adopted at the UN General Assembly. The UN General Assembly is like the parliament of the whole world. So they make decisions to say, okay, we're coming up with this particular convention. The first of them all is the UDHR, Universal Declaration on Human Rights. And second to that, we have the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. Then we have the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. These three instruments are called, in other circles, they are called the International Bill of Rights.
Whereby CEDAW, Malawi signed on that one.
Yeah, so later on, that's when they came out these other instruments like CEDAW Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CRC Convention on the Rights of the Child. All those kind of instruments have come later, including the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. So Malawi has signed and ratified the CEDAW. When you sign and ratify, like in our context like Malawi, what we are supposed to do as a nation, what it means is that we are supposed to be reporting periodically to the UN Committee on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. We are supposed to be reporting. And this reporting mechanism, it's a way of also ensuring that the government of Malawi, as a state party, is accountable to the commitments they made when they were signing and ratifying. Sure.
All right. Just to give a hint on the articles, I saw some participants were really focusing on education articles, they were really focusing on the health articles. But what can you say in terms of the recommendations that have been there?
Some of the recommendations are just there to make sure that the government maybe should ensure accessibility of infrastructure, let's say for women and girls with disabilities. Yeah. Imagine they go to a health facility to access maybe antenatal care. How is the infrastructure? In most of the health facilities, you will find that the infrastructure is inaccessible. Within a school environment, how accessible is the environment? What about the sanitation facilities? How accessible are the sanitation facilities? Is a woman or a girl with a disability in that school able to access those facilities without challenges? So those kind of things are the things that are supposed to be contained in our report. And more especially even recommending the taking of some specific measures to ensure that those facilities become more accessible. What we're looking at is that this kind of a report must be able to influence government to take some measures that are going to remove the barriers that persons with disabilities face.
Thank you very much, but I need you to say some words for those that are working in the civil society, or any way that you would like to just say in terms of the change, to bring change. What should the government do now?
Basically, for mainstream civil society organizations, is that much as we're speaking as FEDOMA, much as we're speaking as the order and the various affiliate organizations under FEDOMA, still more, there are still lots of challenges that are out there. Some of the challenges that we as FEDOMA or DUODE or MANAD or MUB cannot see, let's make sure that we are partnering with organizations or persons with disabilities in addressing those kind of challenges. The moment we do that, I think come 2030, we'll be saying that Malawi has never left anyone behind. In addition to that, for the side of the government, one of the provisions within CEDAW is on participation in political and public life for persons, women and girls in general. And definitely we are also talking about women and girls with disabilities. How are we opening up the political spaces, the public spaces, to ensure that women and girls with disabilities are able to participate? It's not just those political positions, public offices, let's say within the government, the directorates. Are some of the directorates being headed by women and girls with disabilities? The positions of PSs, are they being led by women and girls with disabilities? These are the issues that we should be looking into to ensure that persons with disabilities are also participating in the decision-making processes. The moment we do that, definitely we're quite sure that issues concerning persons with disabilities will definitely be taken into consideration as well.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and give a comment, and we'll be giving you episodes of this convention. And if you need more, give a comment, because comments are vital to me, and also tell me how you want the videos to be like. So what I'm going to say, Mr. Wudi, to all the viewers, we'll say,
continue watching and learning from Lady Max. At the same time, ensure everywhere you are, the environment, institutions, as well as the attitudes are not imposing barriers against persons with disabilities. The moment we do that, persons with disabilities will contribute to your communities, to your societies, and you will be one of the beneficiaries, definitely.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you on